I'm Heath Whitney, and I'm a licensed acupuncturist, and I'm doing a talk about 5-element acupuncture, and I'm calling it heart-based medicine. And so my job today is to explain to you why 5-element acupuncture is heart-based medicine. The first element we'll talk about is wood, which is related to the springtime and the power of birth. Okay, and we'll go around the horn. Then you have summertime, the fire element. And fire is about maturity. You know, this is birth, the plants grow, and then they mature. Okay? You know, and this is the time of the year where there's the most light, and you're out and about. There's a lot of activity. It's really about love. It's about sharing things. Okay? And then you're moving on to the mysterious 5th element, the 5th season, which is harvest time or late summer. And that's the earth element. And that has to do with decline because the plants have grown and then they're not growing anymore. They're putting energy into the fruit, into the vegetables, and it's about decline. The earth element is about the harvest time. It's about receiving nourishment from Mother Earth. Okay? Then the next season, after late summer, is the fall and the metal element. And metal is about balance. It's about fruits and vegetables dropping from the trees and rotting under the trees. And it has to do with death. The trees are losing their leaves and dying, and that in turn nourishes the soil and hence the balance. And then winter is related to the water. Well, this is water. And that has to do actually with the essence of going beyond death into the core essence. And let's see, metal's about balance. Water is about renewal, going deep within. And then when you touch your essence deep within, the seed can sprout. And it goes back around the horn, right? It's a natural process. Makes perfect sense. So the officials that we're talking about surrounding the heart are related to the elements. So again, with wood, the liver and the gallbladder are the officials of wood. And the liver is likened to the general of the armed forces. It makes the plan in the system. The gallbladder is the upright official of decision making and judgment, so it executes the plan. Okay? And then, let's see. There's another piece of Taoist thought which I have to bring in because in the West we don't really go here. And it's yin and yang, right? Yin, the translation of yin is the shady side of the hill. And the translation of yang is the sunny side of the hill. And it means you're not separating yin and yang. They're always present together in a flowing process. The liver is a yin official. It's on the inside of the circle. So it's a deeper official. And the outside of the circle are yang officials. They're considered to be hollow organs. They move something. The bladder, the gallbladder, small intestine, stomach, and colon. You know, so moving from wood to fire, the heart itself is a fire official. And notice that the fire element has 4 officials in it. Well, it has 3 officials in the heart, okay? these are always paired across the yin and yang. So the paired official with the heart, its sister is the small intestine, which is more like, well, it's the sorter, sorts the pure from the impure. And the heart is called the supreme controller, and it is an organ. The other two officials in fire are really functions. They're not physical organs. The heart protector and the triple heater. And the triple heater is a heating engineer to make sure the whole system has the proper temperature. And that is physical temperature, and it's also social. You know, triple heater is about warming the room before you have a party. If you have a party, you don't invite people into this room and it's freezing cold, and it's not very inviting, right? So you crank up the wood stove, and then the room's nice and inviting. Isn't that fun? Heart protector speaks for itself. Pericardium it's also called. And the heart protector protects the heart, meets you at the gate. No, you can't come and see the heart. Sorry. Or maybe your pericardium is out of balance and the gate's wide open. Anybody gets in. All the spam you get goes right to the heart. You don't want that. That's not okay. You want the heart protector to do its job. Close the gate. There is another concept central to Taoist thought called Wu Wei. And Wu Wei means empty space. And there's another definition called desirelessness. And the heart official itself, being the supreme controller, resides in a place that is sequestered away. And the heart itself, though, doesn't really do its job until it has an empty space inside of it. And then it's able to see clearly what needs to happen in the kingdom and to be able to make decrees into the kingdom. This is what needs to happen. And different officials may go out and make that proclamation. The triple heater being one of them. Let's see, the earth element, the yin official is the spleen, and that is distribution of qi. Very simple. The stomach official is the rottens and ripens food and drink. Takes in what you're giving it, and it makes it palatable for the small intestine to sort out. And then the small intestine gives the energy back to the system and gives the trash to the colon. The balance in metal is lung and colon. The lung receives pure qi from the heavens, from above. The colon obviously takes out the trash. The most important official in the kingdom is the colon. Because if you don't take out the trash, the whole system is trashed. You know, so acupuncture being heart-based medicine doesn't mean you treat the heart. It means you find out which of the officials in one of the elements is out of balance. And if you treat that official, if you're treating someone who's really full of it and they can't let go, they might be a metal imbalance. They might need to be able to let go of what they can't let go. And that may look like constipation, but all of this is on 3 levels: the body, the mind, and the spirit. And someone can be spiritually constipated. They can easily be mentally constipated. And just full of it. I mean, we all know people who are full of it. So what I'm explaining here is the seasons, natural process, and then the officials surrounding the heart. And then if there's harmony in the kingdom, the heart can be in its place and can have the time and space to develop emptiness and empty space, desirelessness, non-action, all these meditative terms. Then the heart can contemplate what needs to happen and then let the kingdom know, hey, all is well. You know, the chi is coming down from the heavens. The trash is being taken out. Everything is good. You know, reap your harvest. The other thing that this system, so what I've been explaining is called the Shen cycle. It is the creation cycle. So wood is the mother of fire. Fire is the mother of earth, goes this way. This cycle in here is the control cycle. So metal controls wood, wood controls earth, earth controls water. What does that mean? Well, so you have a parent-child here. What this means is this is the grandparent of earth, right? So you know, the parent can talk to the kid and say, you know, you need to do this, you need to do this. Eventually the kids are like, go away, I don't want to listen to you, right? But the grandparent can come in and go, hey, get over it, I know. And the kid will be like, okay. That is a natural process. And it's on this chart. And it's just a very interesting thing to contemplate. And it's energetic. And so the piece I'm leaving out right now is these little circles. So here in liver, the little circles are the acupuncture points. And, you know, well, I guess it would be easier to use colon. So colon 1 is right here. And that's a metal point. Colon 2 is a water point. You know, you have constipation. Colon 2 is a great point for constipation because it's the water point in the colon. Colon 3. Colon 4 is the source point, which isn't on there. Joining of the valleys is the great eliminator point. Colon 5 is the fire point. Colon 11 is out here. The earth point. This is called the tonification point because it pulls energy from earth right here to the colon. Actually, really from the stomach and the earth element. And so the meridians, you know, this one goes to here and goes all the way up to the nose. And that's the end of the colon meridian. And the meridians are where the acupuncturist accesses the acupuncture points using needles and moxibustion. This is mugwort. We burn mugwort cones on the points and then needle the points in and out. The pulses change and someone goes into more balance. And it's a natural system. We're not trying to force anything. We're being here and helping someone to be in flow with themselves. And I have one quote about the heart to finish. The heart does not judge or understand. It is vulnerable and needs the ministers for protection and support. It is the energy of pure being. And therefore, body, mind, and spirit, you need to be connected, and the heart needs to be able to have this empty space inside of it to be able to have the divine plan open to how the kingdom is and the flow of energy in the system, that it's all natural and good. pericardium is going to, so it's going to say, yes, you can talk to the heart, or no, you can't. So what it means is, things like someone who is very promiscuous lets anyone into their heart. Why? It could be a pericardium issue. Doesn't mean it is, but it could be.
Like boundary issue.
Exactly, boundaries. But also someone who's completely closed off. Nobody gets in, never, ever. That's a different thing. And it can be because, the heart protector is really about a gate, and you want that gate to open and close, and you want that gate to be able to open and close as it needs to open and close. And some people's gates are wide open and they're stuck there, and some are shut closed and they're stuck there. And there are different ways to lubricate these things through treatment over time. And really, I guess my point is what I'm doing with acupuncture is a natural process. We're looking at these things and seeing where someone is going out of balance. And because there are many factors into how a heart or pericardium could be out of balance. How is the wood, how's the water, the metal, and the earth? And people have different ways of presenting those issues in themselves, and we use those diagnostic tools to help us determine which element is going out of balance, and that's what we're treating.
It's like an
Emotional, physical, and spiritual. Wood is related to anger. Fire is love. Earth is sympathy, and metal is grief. Grief is full. Joy and fire can be a lack of joy, where someone just kind of feels like, everything's okay, teenager. It's okay, right? But grief is full. Grief is there's a fullness to it. Sympathy, it's more about me. I'm not getting the harvest I need. I need you to tell me that I'm okay, kind of thing, right? But water is fear, because water goes deep real fast. If you think of jumping in a lake and you're deep in the lake, it's freaky. It's a different thing. And so water is, got to kind of back off on water, okay, because people are frightened, and that's real stuff. And anger and shout, wood, it doesn't mean someone's jumping up and down screaming at people. It's just that. But it could be out of balance, and that's what we're looking for in a diagnosis, is going, what's out of balance and what's inappropriate. Everybody laughs, everybody gets angry, everybody has some joy somewhere, and everybody's fearful. They better be. Or they wouldn't, you don't walk in the street because you're fearful. You might get hit, right? It's a good thing. Fear is positive. All of these things. It's more just the natural process. For me, I as an acupuncturist, I can move energy around the body. So, and this is kind of related to your question. So, if there's an imbalance in the liver, and there's an excess in the lung, I can do the metal point of the liver and pull energy over from the lung. Okay? And I can do the water point in the liver and pull energy over from the kidneys. And in that way, the system can be balanced out. You can also push energy if you do the fire point. It pushes energy this way, but you don't know where it's going to end up. It might end up over here. But if you're pulling, you know where it's going to go. It's going to go right here because that's where you needled. And that's a technical, that's technical now. And it's energetic, and doesn't make any sense. The reality is you do a point, You check the pulses. Is there a change? Is there a change overall? You have 12 pulses to check. I mean, we talked about meridians and then their pulses, and do all of the pulses change? And then you know you're in the right place. What we do in classical 5-element acupuncture, okay, is we walk in the room and we get an odor, okay? Then we look at the color on the face, and then we listen to the sound of the voice, and then you feel an emotion. Okay, those are 4 diagnostic tools, right? Because they present themselves naturally in someone who's out of balance. It's easier to diagnose someone who's out of balance because they present these diagnostic tools in a big way because they're not in balance. And then through treatment, those diagnostic tools come back around. So you needle a certain point and the odor changes. Do I know what's happening when the odor changes? No, I have no idea. But it's just good to note that. Oh, the odor changed. Write it down. That's it. I mean, I got a change. Does it matter what the change was? Yes, it does overall through treating somebody, right? And really what I'm just trying to get them to be is more in touch with themselves, because that's what it's about. It's not about, again, treating the heart because it's heart-based medicine. The heart is the supreme controller. I want the heart to be clear. But if someone is a metal imbalance and I treat the heart, it's not going to do anything. But if I treat the metal, they take out the trash, the kingdom is happy, and the supreme controller comes back onto the throne, and it's like, we're having a party, folks. And then, start dancing, everybody's happy. And then the whole system is good.